Hey, look at there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey, how y'all doing this Jackie Brawls?
I'm Dunlap.
Yep.
Welcome to 2014, idiots.
Hey,
We are here starting this year off right.
it ain't nothing happened yet. Ain't had enough
Podcasting.
time.
Just getting up and doing it, Jackie. Getting up
Yeah.
and coming down here and podcasting and saying that's what we're going to do.
We did it all last year, too, I guess.
One day at a time. Like, well, I may not be able to fix my life all in one day, but I can get up. I can put my shoes on. I can brush my teeth.
Yeah.
I can go down to
You're
the
lucky if you
cellar
do
and do a podcast.
any of that. There's a lot of people in the world that can't do one of those things you said. And be lucky, yeah. Wake up. Well, it's 2014. I can still do all that, too.
Why don't you, though? Why don't you brush your teeth?
Oh, hell, I brushed my damn teeth.
Really? You're supposed to use toothpaste. You know what toothpaste is?
I know what toothpaste in it. I brush my teeth, hell.
You're supposed to brush them 2-3 times a day after you eat. Not
I brush them in the morning, and most
Saturday night.
most of the time I brush them at night. Sometimes you get
drunk.
too well. No, not always that. Just get too wore out, just going to sleep.
So 2014, everybody. Remember to brush your teeth. Don't be
Yeah.
like Jackie.
I brush my teeth. I just
With
said
a
I brush my
mouthful
teeth.
of varnished
I just said I brush my teeth
corn niblets.
every morning. My teeth all right, hell.
I was in Jackie's store one day, and somebody come in the store, and Jackie grinned and was like, "Hey, welcome to my store." And the woman said to her husband, "That's the color I'm thinking about for the cabinets."
What?
The color of Jackie's teeth.
All right.
And they went to Sherwin-Williams right after that.
All right enough.
She took a picture of Jackie's teeth with her phone.
Ain't nobody take picture of my damn teeth. You making this up. Hell.
Because she couldn't find it on a swatch.
All right.
So 2014, everybody, starting it off, podcasting, hardcore, heavy hitting.
Yes, sir.
I'll be honest, I didn't know after New Year's Eve. I didn't know. I'm lucky I found my way back to Murfreesboro.
What the hell? Where did you run off to?
I didn't run off exactly. I don't know what happened. I was taking a lot of different things. It was
Oh,
New Year's Eve. I was
I
partying.
don't want to hear about all what you took and this and that.
You
Now,
know when you're
you
celebrating.
you're out doing your drugs and this. I know. You're lucky you ain't dead.
I am lucky I ain't dead.
Like I said at the beginning, I don't know how you do it.
It was a little worse than death because for a short period of time I was in McMinnville.
Oh, hell.
Woke up on top of a combine
And that's what happened when you do that mess.
at a tractor supply store.
You're lucky you're not in jail locked up.
I was in jail momentarily, but
Wow.
that was a case of mistaken identity. A lot of this is all secondhand information.
Well,
Runro told me. I don't know. He hung in there with me. If I got anybody to thank for me being down here doing this podcast, if you've got anybody to thank for me being down here doing this
Well, I
podcast,
don't.
it's my buddy Runro. He hung in there with me. He found us a car to get back. He knew somebody in McMinnville, a girl,
hell.
drove us back here. He took me to Waffle House, sobered me up.
you just keep on like that. See how much longer you get away with it.
Hosed me off. And I was feeling awful for a couple of days.
Well, yeah.
But today I woke up, spring in my step, and I said, today's the day I'm turning over a new leaf. Jackie, I'm getting up there in age. I
I know you are. There ain't gonna be no. age left for you to get up to here for too long.
I mean, my mid to late 20s are different than when I was in my early 20s. I can't party like I used to. You hit 26 or so, and it's like, man, I remember I used to could stay up 2 or 3 nights just fucking and rutting.
Hey, I ain't gonna listen to that.
Drugging and...
I don't want to hear none of this. I don't want to hear that kind of talk.
But now I can only do that like 1 night or 2, maybe.
Well, don't need to do any of them at all.
I guess
anytime.
I'm just going to have to pace myself. So I'm not really... So it's not so much about turning over a new leaf. It's like same leaf, same side of that leaf, just maybe easing up on the throttle a little bit.
Well,
we can't all be Keith Richards.
who?
Which brings me to my sponsor for this week, Jackie. I guess you heard what's been going on in Colorado. I wouldn't say one state is better than any other states, except for Colorado, which is the best state
I know
in the
what you're
country.
talking about. Everybody go get in the drugs, get whatever they want there now.
Well, pot,
Well,
and you got to stand in a line. But I'm gonna do more pot this year. I think smoke some weed. I think just as far as my health goes,
more.
just getting in a better headspace, just taking care of myself. I think it's gonna be a big weed year. I mean, I don't need to drink like I do. I sure don't need to do some of the other things I do. I think I just need to smoke more pot more often.
Well, that's what any druggie thinks. That's what every druggie, all Colorado just druggies. I guess I'm just going to do more and more drugs. More and more pots, marijuanas.
You're talking about drugs like they're illegal, Jackie. But drugs in Colorado are legal.
It ain't got nothing to do with legal,
It's
illegal.
like a candy bar, like a payday.
It's illegal here still.
Well, you know whose fault that is.
I don't want to smell none ever again in my store or in my parking lot, and you know damn well. So it's illegal here. You go to Colorado, go up there and do whatever you want to with the rest of them.
Well, Jackie, first of all, Obama is the one who's keeping it illegal in the country. So I guess you and Obama are kissing on the mouth as far as pot goes, because I'm on the side of freedom and on the side of Colorado and on the side of getting blazed.
Now, freedom to just get it high all the time, all everybody just high. It's all it's going to be. All they doing is talk about how much money is coming out of that since they've been selling that stuff. I guess that's all people going to do up there, just sit up there and stay high and make that money. Just that's what they'll do.
Yes, Jackie. Finally, you're starting to make some sense.
If that's what you want to do with your life, and then spend the money back on more stuff to get you high and then make more money off that.
Yeah.
Well, that's how you want to spend your life.
Yes, right on.
Move on to Colorado.
Brother Jackie, are you being sarcastic or are you really preaching this? Because it's unlike you, like character-wise.
I don't think that's making money. It ain't everything about everything. Having all the money in the world ain't about everything. And certainly getting high all the time ain't good for nobody.
No, that's disappointing. For a second there, I thought you had turned over a new leaf.
I ain't turned...
2014.
No. I don't see no reason to go through life just high as hell. It might as well not be living as far as I'm concerned.
So you'd rather be dead than high? That don't make any sense.
What do you mean it don't make any sense? Every time you put some of that drugs, whatever it is, the legals or the illegals, whichever kind you putting in yourself, it's a little closer to death, as far as I'm concerned. That's where you going. That's where you
got
wind
that
up.
glass right there. You got some Jack Daniels in it.
I drink a little bit. It's not like I sit around, I sip on it every now and then.
Hypocrite. Drinking that Jack Daniels. Taking
Ain't
them
the same
back pills.
thing. Ain't the same thing.
Put me on the side of freedom when you putting the names on the list.
It's at the end of the day, I'm going to sit there and sip on some sip of whiskey, and that ain't going to hurt nobody or do nothing else. Now, everybody gets that high, you start getting high at the beginning of the day. That's how you make your money at your job.
Yep, getting high, making that money.
That's what, and everybody just gonna be high all the time making money.
Yeah.
And that's what, if you want to spend your life that way, that's fine. I'll work hard all day behind the cash register. I'll work hard all day
That's
in
a good
the kitchen,
deal.
and I'm gonna, at the end of the day, I'm gonna have a little bit of sip of whiskey.
Okay, so you work hard and then get drunk. I'm going to stay high all day and make
I
that money.
don't get drunk, fall down drunk. I don't get like that. When you high, everything funny. You just sit there and giggle, look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Making money.
Ah, yeah, make that money.
Well, that's what this world's turned into. That's what Colorado's. That's what this whole country. I guess that's the direction you want to be. The rest of the world looking at this country. They'll remember Obama started all this. Just a bunch of people getting high all the damn time and making money.
No, Obama is against it. The federal government says no.
Well,
you
he
and
started-
Obama hate money.
It's the same thing.
Hate free
he
enterprise.
didn't like gay people, now did he? Remember that? Remember back
So you
then?
think he's going to turn?
Well, he turns on everything else.
Well, I'll be honest. I hope he does turn on this one.
Now, have you stand on gay marriage or whatever? I ain't picking a side per se, but he finally decided on one.
So you say it's just when stuff gets more popular, he throws his old opinions under the bus.
Why, hell yeah. If there's money involved.
Yeah, making that money.
Well, that's all.
Staying high and making that money. Welcome to Colorado, motherfucker.
All right. That's how people talk there. I ain't gonna listen to it on here like
That's
that.
exactly how they talk there, because they're cool as hell, man.
Well,
and Jackie, you don't have
ain't
to
nothing
take...
cool talking like that.
You
Nothing cool about it. Just make you trying to look big.
What? You're the one that said staying high and making that money, motherfucker.
Hey, I did not say that
didn't
last
say
part.
it.
I never did say that last part. I never would.
You didn't say that last part.
Well, if that's all you want to do in life, go
Oh.
on Colorado, whatever. Sure, and it's going to be. I hope I dead in the ground, for that's what the whole world is, or this country anyway.
Because I don't need you bringing me down.
All right, fine.
Buzzing my
I'll
high.
go when I'm good and ready.
Wait, what?
You ain't got nothing to do with it.
Harshing my mellow is what
Well.
I meant to say. I forgot the term. Jackie, yes, I agree with you. Colorado is cool as hell, and you don't have to
I
take
never
my word
said-
for it. Go on down to Wizardbeards and put your name in the hat, which is it's literally a hat, but it's like a Four Non-Blondes hat,
Why?
like you'd wear to a rave or something. Put your name and number in there, and they're having a big contest at Wizardbeards. Trip to Colorado.
Oh,
Win a trip to Colorado, Jackie. Oh, Wizardbeards.
bust them all out of here. That's a good. I like this sponsor if it's just busting up hippies, all of them high, and taking them to Colorado. They all need to go there.
Well,
Leave
you
Tennessee
are-
right now.
You are correct. It is not plane tickets. They're gonna give you and 10 of your friends get to ride in the van with Runro.
Wow.
He's gonna drive you over to Colorado, and you just buy as much as you can carry, bring it back here, and they're gonna sell it as little.
No,
What?
you don't bring it back here. You keep it there. It ain't legal here. No, sir. Don't bring it back.
Well, it's just more of a souvenir than something. I can get better quality from Casablanca Peterson, but then I gotta go over there and sit on his couch and make small talk about whatever, the game. His wife's in the kitchen cooking hamburger helper again. She comes out, tries to talk to you, just awkward.
Wow.
I'd rather stand in a line for 10 hours. They got people standing in a line for 10 hours, Jackie, just to get a little weed. Just for
Casablanca
smoke a little
Peterson.
freedom. He's who I'm going to now. But goddamn, I cannot say, oh, my wife's a good cook. Honey, bring Dunlap some of that good hamburger helper. And it ain't even hamburger helper. It's dollar store hamburger helper. It's hamburger helper. How is she a good cook? You put a package in some glop. God damn. Yes, please, let me stand in the snow for 10 hours. Altitude sickness. Fine, I'll take that. Do not make me have to go to somebody's house and sit in a cat piss soaked cushion on a couch eating dollar store hamburger helper just so I can get a fucking joint.
I don't want to hear the language.
Yes, Soviet Russia length waits to get some pot. Fine, that is great. I cannot. Nothing against Casablanca Peterson. I just cannot. I can't go over there anymore. So I'm thinking about moving to Colorado, Jackie.
Well, if
hope that won't break you up too much.
It ain't gonna break me up none, except just knowing you wasting your life.
I'm hoping that I win a spot on the van that Runro's taking to get the souvenir pot from Colorado, because I want to test it out first. Heard Colorado Springs, there's a lot of Christian publishing and stuff there. So what I think would be funny would be like to get a job in Christian publishing and then just come in baked all the time. Oh, man.
Yeah,
Colorado, huh?
Yeah, real funny, man.
So go on down to Wizardbeard's, pick you up a bong or something.
I don't feel comfortable with Wizardbeards. I know it's an establishment. I don't understand how they can sell stuff that goes with stuff that's illegal, and they still stay open. I don't understand why.
Well, no, it's water pipes, Jackie.
Whatever water. Ain't nobody
Put
smoking
some
no
water
water
in
in it. Nobody's doing that. And everybody
People
knows
like to smoke water. I mean, it's America.
It's hypocritical to me is what I think it is, because I don't know why it's illegal, and that goes with it. They need to shut it down. If you're going to make it legal, make everything legal.
Yes.
But I don't want to hear Tennessee.
Stay high and make that money, Tennessee. Ka-ching, ka-ching,
right.
click,
No,
click.
sir. No, sir. You keep it in Colorado.
No, it's spreading, Jackie. You can't. First, it's going to be all them weird, hippie, western states. You know, like any state where you can drive into a small town and be like, oh, I could see a cult happening here. Some weird kind of quasi-religious organization. Like, you know those weird, like, Rob Zombie towns. I'm talking Washington, Oregon, California. Those are going to be next. They're going to topple like dominoes. Then here comes Nevada and Idaho. Idaho? That'll probably be next. They got nothing.
What?
I mean, potatoes, I guess. Is that even real?
I don't know, but you probably right, all this stuff you're saying, but I'm going to tell you this.
Here comes the West.
Tennessee's going to be one of the last ones.
That's why I'm getting the hell out of here.
Well, go on, get.
We'll have to do this on the phone.
Whatever, I don't care, go.
New Hampshire, those kind of states, Vermont, Maine, them weird New England states, they'll be after the West. And then slowly, Jackie, you'll see the map turning green, state by state. And finally, Supreme Court, Obama, somebody says, there's a lot of money here. We can make more money selling this shit than with these fake drug wars.
All right.
And then you're going to see everybody, all the states, just green, 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 green.
All right.
Probably kind of like gay marriage states. So it'll be like green gay, green gay, green gay.
All right. That's what America's going to be, so be it.
Staying high, making that money, marrying them
No,
gays.
sir. Tennessee will be one of the last. Some of us just want to hold on to a few old values. I don't think anything wrong with that. We still got a saying, this ain't dead yet. And by old values, I don't mean, which I have to say nowadays, I hate gay people, because I know you're about to say that, and it got nothing to do with that.
Nah, I was just going to talk more about pot.
All right, I know.
I'm glad you clarified it. So that's Wizardbeards. Come on by, enter to win. Trip to Colorado in a van driven by Runro to load up your pockets with a souvenir pot that they will sell in Wizardbeards. Because they think they can sell it in little packets as long as it's labeled souvenir only.
That ain't going to, they going to go to jail. Now listen.
For display purposes only.
Wizardbeard has, I don't even want that $25 for them, but you made more than made up for that $25 here. I don't want to hear about it no more. No,
They didn't give me $25. They paid me in Sublime posters.
Hell, that ain't. Well, my sponsor gave me $25. They get a little word in on this. Then they'll get high for me to talk about them. See, don't nobody do nothing for no other reason but to get high.
Well, also making that money.
Well, it's making that money because they won't get high, and that's how they get the money.
Staying high and making that money, yes. Staying high and making that money.
All right. Pitiful that's what this work makes me. My sponsor, well, same sponsor I had last week, and it's a situation. It's just not. I don't want to hear a word out of you. Now keep your mouth shut. I'm doing my sponsor now.
All right.
This is last week's sponsor. I don't know how many of you went down there. I didn't go. I said I wasn't going to go because I just get in bed. New Year's don't mean nothing to me. Staying up late, don't see no point in it. So I went on home. But as you know, Dr. Birdman had New Year's Eve bird. Make that noise it makes. I have heard that. And Lord, I tell you, good Lord, it's something else. But this last New Year's Eve, what happened was when he was getting it going to make a sound it makes.
Jabbing it with a stick, I think.
I don't know that's what it is. He's doing something from behind the cage. I don't have nothing to do with training birds. I don't know nothing about it. I'm not saying what he's doing. He has to do something. I know that.
Right, okay. Sorry.
Well,
sorry to interject.
Cage wasn't properly fastened in New Year's Eve bird when it got to hollering, got to flapping them wings it's got, and knocked that cage door open, and it just flew up over a big lot, and there ain't nobody seen it since. So he's got a reward of $200 for a New Year's Eve bird. Anybody's seen it anywhere. $200. He wants that bird. He needs that bird back. That's a livelihood. You know, it'd be 2015 before you know it. Well, the years go by these days.
How big is that bird?
It's a good-sized bird. So, almost look like a little. I mean, it ain't that big, but it look like one of them little airplane going over when it flies over your head.
What are we? Is it like a size of a small man?
It ain't like an ostrich size. No, it ain't that big. It ain't
I
tall.
said a small man, like a 5 foot, like a Paul Williams size.
Maybe 4 or 5, something like that. Midget, yeah, something, yeah.
And so this bird, which makes the horrific sound,
it got loose. Is what happened? Yeah,
it
got
was flying over the crowd, terrorizing the people that come to see Birdman.
I don't think anybody got terrorized. As far as I know, it just went straight up in the air and right over Backlodge.
And nobody's seen it since.
Well, he, of course, jumped in the truck, went around the back. You know, nobody has seen it at all. And you would think this is something, if you had seen this, you would remember it, or had heard it for that matter. Now, I don't know if that bird makes that sound without him doing what he does to get it to do it.
What does he do to get
I never went to school being bird trainer.
Well, you don't have to go to. I'm not talking you spend 4 years in
Whatever
college
it is, I
to
don't
be
know.
on a podcast. Just ask him what you keep bringing it up. Is he jabbing it? Is he fingering it? What is he doing to it? Is he pulling feathers out?
It. I don't know, but whatever it is, I don't know if this bird makes that sound on its own without whatever it is he's doing. But if you hear anything like it or see this thing, and like I said, it's about like a midget, about that size. It's always a big bird, a wingspan on it. Hell, I don't know.
So it's a bird. It's like a midget in a bird suit, but in the air.
Not a midget in a bird suit. It's just around that size. Or on the ground. Don't necessarily have to be in the air to be that big. I mean,
and we don't know what kind of bird it is. I think it's
New Year's Eve bird. I just said how many.
Not in an encyclopedia. You can't look up New Year's Eve.
Well,
bird.
it's what he calls it. I can describe it.
I think what he did was he took like an emu or something like that, and he glued some weird feathers on it and painted it and put like a horn on it.
We're not going to get into what it was he does. Again, I'm no bird expert or trainer. I don't know what you do to him to get the bird ready to perform. I don't know if there's attachments or what. I don't know any of that stuff. I know what I saw and I can describe it. And I said, you just want me to describe it? He said, yeah, you know, so it's like sky blue, like blue sky, plumage all over it, like bright blue, and
so it's the same color as the sky, and it's flying around. How are you ever gonna catch this bird? You have to wait till it flies in front of a plane.
It can't fly all the time. It's got to land in a tree or walk around or something. Just keep your eyes open is all I'm saying.
So we're looking for, this is like a Native American legend. We're looking for a bird the color of the sky, the size of a small man, with a cry that will haunt your
It's
dreams.
just that color blue. You could see the outlines on it if you see the. It's just
like Wonder Woman's plane.
Well, every day ain't sky blue. Some days gray, some days raining, whatever. It will stand out against that.
You know, I don't want to help Birdman out. Dr. Birdman, sorry, particularly. But Runro, when we were driving back from McMinnville, he said, oh, and then you missed that bird monster. And I'm like, what? He said, when you were passed out and I was trying to jimmy the lock on the gate to Tractor Supply, there was this bird monster come by.
Bird monster?
He said, you remember Fantasy Island? I said, yeah. He said, well, it's like you put Hervé Villachez, maybe a Hervé and a half.
You two is high. You don't know.
Well, that's what I said.
That's what I'm saying. You go through your life not knowing what to believe in
true.
front of your eyes.
That is a drawback.
Well, that's why I wouldn't go to Colorado. Wouldn't go nowhere with Runro.
Well, you go like to Gentleman Jim's too, and you are high as hell, and the next morning you're like, did I see those things? Or was I hopefully dreaming?
Well,
you don't know.
You don't
know.
So
I told Runro, you a crazy drug addict, fool. And he said they was, and it looked at him, and it had eyes. And he said, this is what he said. He said when he looked into that bird's eyes for a second, all he saw were his past misdeeds.
What?
It was like the bird had judged him. It was like the bird had some sort of magical.
It's got a stern look to it. I'll say that.
He
it's
said
got a
it was like St. Peter. He said this bird was like the guardian of the afterlife, and when he was making a judgment about where Runro was going to spend his.
It's like that or something out of Harry Potter, one of those two, yeah.
Yeah, he said Harry Potter. He said, did you ever read Harry Potter? I said, no. He said, I didn't either, but it was like what I imagine a Harry Potter monster.
Birds. Whatever, there's birds
and owls.
Harry Potter, but different color. I don't think it's the same color, but
he said it was like sky blue, scary-eyed, mystical, frightening screech.
See, his testimony, it's just going to be like this court all the time. The whole world going to be high. You can't hold him accountable for anything he says.
No, he could have.
I don't know if he saw that bird or not.
He could have hallucinated.
Well, the point is, if we're really trying to get this bird, which we are, you can't rely on what that man said. Everybody's going to be like that.
Well,
there'll be no courts. There'll be no, how you going to hold anyone accountable? Oh, he was high. Everybody's high. Of course, you got enough money to just buy your way out of whatever trouble you get in to begin with.
Staying high and making that money.
Well,
if I think though, even if everybody was high, but a high guy came to you and said, "Hey, I saw your bird. It looks like a monster bird," and you'd go, "Well, that's weird that he hallucinated exactly this strange sort of bird I've cobbled together."
I don't know.
I think it's a hot tip. So if I were Dr. Birdman, I'd haul my ass over to McMinnville to start looking in that direction.
Well,
but the only reason I'd go to McMinnville is to look for a lost bird or because I'm drunk off my ass.
Well, next time
on different things.
I guess you and Runro's out $200. If you'd have brought that bird back with you.
Fuck me.
Hey, watch your mouth.
Another thing I said I was going to try not to cuss as much on here so we can get some of that kid money.
Oh, there ain't no kids listening to this.
I thought we set aside a portion of the podcast where we just speak directly to children.
Well, I am now currently because there were a lot of children, from what I understand there, at the New Year's Eve countdown, New Year's Eve bird. So right now I am speaking to children. So if you see that bird or if you got that bird and you think you won't keep it, that's not yours. You gotta return that to Dr. Birdman. That's to somebody. So just all kids out there, if you seen it, that's one thing. And if you got that thing home like E.T. or something, you gotta give that back.
It up. You don't know what it eats. It's
no,
gonna be sick in the bathtub, making America cry.
Yeah, that's an exotic a very rare bird you have there.
And it can see into your soul.
Well,
And it can see what you've done wrong.
I don't know. He may hurt you, too, the other thing. I don't know how safe that
Probably
is
will hurt you.
outside of the cage. I don't know.
Its experience has been somebody jabbing it with a butter knife to get it to screech.
No, that ain't what it is. Hell, you don't know and I don't know. Don't be saying that.
So, kids, you want to get this bird out of your house and bring it to me so I can turn it back into Dr. Birdman and get my reward.
No, you get the reward yourself. Get $200. Tell your mom and dad to bring you down that bird or wherever you see it and get that $200. We need that bird. New Year's Eve bird, turn back in. It's not good to be out there by itself.
What does it eat, Jackie? What does it eat?
I don't know what a bird eats. Fish, I think.
So if you've got it, feed it some. Don't do M&M's,
Raw
Reese
fish.
Pieces.
I saw him throw some raw fish too at one time. I
So
don't
it's
know.
probably a penguin that he has
Penguin
hurt.
don't fly over Big Lodge. You know that damn well.
Which one flies? A puffin?
I don't know. I'm talking about New Year's Eve bird.
Is he like a Dr. Moreau? Could he have taken the powerful wings of a vulture or eagle and attached them to a penguin?
I ain't no bird trainer. I don't know what he does to get him to do the tricks.
You're not going on the record here. We're on a podcast. I'm just asking you to speculate. How did Dr. Birdman create this monstrosity?
I don't know where he got it from or how he made it or anything. If you see it, it's a reward for $200. Trying to find that New Year's Eve bird. So if you got it at home or if you seen it, you report it right now. Bring it down, Dr. Birdman.
If you're a kid in McMinnville, I would especially be on the lookout. If you live by the Tractor Supply Company, I'd keep an eye peeled.
If you see this thing, call Dr. Birdman before you call animal control.
And according to Runro, the what he got out of the bird's judgment was like, you still have time to fix it. So if you look into the bird's eyes and it's like, I'm going to burn in hell, I'm going to be punished eternally for what I've done. What? But you're still living. So it was really a message of hope. The bird's telling you, change your ways.
Well, I don't know what the bird's intentions are. I just need to get back.
You're right. It will be New Year's next year before you turn around. We'll have done another 52 of these. So that's our sponsors for this week. It's Wizardbeards. Win a trip to...
Enough, yeah, and then find New Year's Eve
find
bird,
Dr.
Birdman.
Birdman's bird. Wow, we're 30 minutes into this, Jackie. We've covered a lot. New Year's Eve, birds, pot, sublime.
Yeah.
I guess we need to talk about the world. What's going on out there in the world? Not our little circle here.
How's 2014 starting off real right?
Well, let's see. Al-Qaeda has captured Fallujah.
Oh, yeah, well, there you go. That's how 2014 is starting for them.
They're flying the Al-Qaeda flag over Fallujah in Iraq.
Yep.
I didn't know Al-Qaeda had a flag.
Well,
Who comes up with... Whose job is that? Is there an Al-Qaeda
everybody
Betsy
got
Ross?
a flag. Everybody got a flag. Even Al-Qaeda, all of them do. Hell, you seen a picture of it, ain't you?
It looked like it had writing on it.
It's got what you. I can't make it out. I don't read that kind of stuff. I don't know what that says.
You should not have writing on a flag.
Look like W's or something, whatever. I don't know what it says.
It's probably saying we miss W. Bush. Even Al-Qaeda misses Bush.
Well, I wouldn't blame them.
Writing on a flag, flags should not have writing on it. Like if the American flag had writing on it, you'd be too busy reading it to salute it. And then that's how you get traitors.
If you want a good, I ain't telling nobody how to do their own flags or whatnot. I sure ain't telling Al-Qaeda what they do with their flags, but I'm just saying, if you want a good flag, which they don't know the difference, you got to have colors and shapes and animals. You can't have no words on it.
No. You don't read a flag.
No, sir.
If you got something you want somebody to read, now maybe 100 years ago you had somebody you wanted to read. It's like when people think of my country, I want them to think of this sentence. Then maybe you'd put that on a flag. Today we have the T-shirt. You got something to say about your country, put that on the T-shirt. Flag, symbols, colors, animal.
You can
maybe.
just say whatever you want on a T-shirt nowadays, yeah.
I wouldn't even really want animals on there, except animals on flags just usually look cool.
Yeah, well, the different flags I seen had one a snake, bear.
Yeah, those are good ones.
Bobcat. I think I seen a bobcat on one or two flags. I can't recall which one it is offhand, but
Turkey.
Yeah, turkey. Yeah, there
for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving flag. People fly those on their porch when it's Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You drive by, see somebody with the American flag and turkey flag.
You always put the turkey flag up beside it. Yeah.
Santa Claus looks all right on a flag.
Yeah, he ain't long as you don't have to say ho. Some has a bubble, whatever cartoon ho ho ho.
No. No words. I know what Santa Claus says.
I know what he says. Yeah, don't need to rub it in.
Don't ruin a flag.
Yeah.
It's simple. I mean, it seems like, I don't want to get in anybody's business, but if you are tasked with designing a flag for a country or nation or terrorist organization.
Which you and I are not.
No, we're not.
So we know better.
I know. I'm just sort of armchair flag making here, but I just think that you would have studied the art of flaggery.
There's good flags. And
yeah, I don't know if you have to go to school, but you'd at least read up on it, and you'd see that you don't put words on flag. That doesn't make a good flag.
Oh.
So somebody screwed up at Al-Qaeda headquarters.
Yeah.
I mean, in other ways, too, this is not the worst thing Al-Qaeda's ever done.
No, sir. They, as far as I'm concerned, done a lot worse than making a...
But when I saw they had a flag, I was like, they could do better.
Yeah.
It's personal taste, I guess. My tastes go no words on a flag.
Well, good flags. Good flag. Color, shapes, animal. That's it. That's all.
Color, shapes, and animals.
Yeah. Don't surprise me none. Situation in Iraq. That's old Obama. That's him. That's how he's handling stuff overseas.
Now, we had won in Iraq, right? When Bush
was there, yeah, we had won. There wasn't nothing left to do. But
we were just kind of hanging around.
Right, yeah, just,
We won, and it's like we're taking down the goalpost, and that's going to take a few years.
And then, of course, Bush had to hand the keys of the Iraq war over to Obama.
Right. He probably thought Obama was the valet.
Well, yeah. And where did he park at? At that war, right in the losing lane. Pitiful.
So Obama, it took him a while. I'll say that. He didn't lose Iraq right off the bat. It took him 6 years, 5 years.
Well, his plan was to get everybody out. He ended the war, what it was.
That's what people voted for him. They say America wanted out of Iraq.
Well,
that's part of the reason Obama
everybody
won.
wanted out of, nobody wanted.
After we won it.
After you won it, yeah. But
so we were still winning it in the process of winning it. It could take a while. You don't win things overnight. You don't, in the first quarter of a football game, they run onto the field. They're like, Cowboys win. As soon as they get out there. No, they got to play the game. And the game sometimes can take 10 or 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
And there may be lots of times when you think, well, we sure have lost this one. We have effed this one up, kids.
Yeah.
Said F instead of...
Well, keep that up. That's a good way. I don't like that either.
Kids' money. So we F this right in the asshole.
Hey, I'm not going to...
But you'd see, there are times in football games when you think you may have lost. Like, we let them score 72, and they killed a lot of our men.
Well, yeah.
But you got to keep playing, because that's how you win. You don't give up the first time a bunch of your players get blown to hell. You keep playing.
Yeah.
And then you win. It's a numbers game. It's a calendar game. Obama's like, let's all come home. Well, that's how you lose.
Yeah, that's it right there. Ain't nobody there to keep them from putting the flag up.
I don't want to torture this football analogy, but if you get on the field and then you're like, okay, we're going to win this game, and but to do that, we're going to send all the players home.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. Yeah, terrible coach.
Yeah, terrible coach.
He'd go up. He's coaching the team, and he's got like his pad, and he's got graphs. He's getting you numbers and this and this and that, and he just puts you to sleep. You got Bush coach. He gets behind you and says, "Listen here, but this is what we're gonna do, and this is how we're gonna do it." And
I'll give you a nickname.
And go out. Just your heart in the right place. All matters, you know.
And if your coach comes out and it's like, how soon can we get you fuckers out of here?
Hey.
Sorry, kids.
I don't even want to say that. Hell.
All right, sorry. Let's see how fast we can get you effers out of here.
I don't want to hit. Just try not to if. I don't even like me saying if. I feel like I need to wash my mouth out with soap just for saying the letter. And no, sir, Bush wouldn't talk like that.
So we lost Fallujah. We lost Iraq.
Iraq war.
Iraq has gone back
that's
to
how
Al-Qaeda.
Obama starting, you know, is
2014.
lost Iraq. Lost war.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah. What else happened?
Well, let's see. A lot of apologizing. I think that's something that Obama has set the stage for when he came in. Because remember, when he first came into office...
First thing he did is start apologizing for Bush nonstop.
Yeah, he apologized for Bush. He apologized
America,
yeah, he never apologized to the American people for what he has done to us, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, for him winning the election.
But there's just a lot of Melissa HarrisPerry, you know, on MSNBC.
Oh, hell.
She made fun of the Romneys having a little African-American baby.
Pitiful.
In their gigantic white family.
Now, I never watched that something. You showed me something on a computer to know what the hell to talk about this. And you showed it to me, and to me it's just awful what they did. Now, first they said, well, what looks different in this picture? Which, of course, is the black baby. Everybody knows that. I mean, you see the picture, you can see it right there.
Yeah.
That's what they're going. What's different in this picture? So, by making me just go with black baby, they turn me into a racist too.
Yep. That's the trick of the liberal, is to turn you into a racist by asking your opinions on things. Like, what do you... Like, if nobody ever asked...
Pitiful.
What racists thought, we'd never know that, you know, they wouldn't be saying all this racist stuff. Yeah. So it's like, it's a trick.
MSNBC.
It's gotcha journalism,
every bit of it. It's just trying to turn you, just mess with your mind, turn you into a racist.
And so...
They always point the finger at you saying racist, racist. And you go, I am not racist. And then they go, well, look at this. And then you go, I guess I'm racist from what you said. It's never ending. I don't know, why would anybody watch that over and over again, all day?
Liberals love to feel guilty, Jack.
I don't understand it. I don't need Al Sharpton to call me a racist. Guess what's coming up next? Melissa, what's her name? Perry, going to tell you all that you're racist. Then they got little Harry Potter boy, glasses. He's going to tell you you're racist. And then Mad Al comes on and tells you you're racist. That's all the news. But they're the racist for putting the racist in my head.
They're race baiting. That's what that's called.
Well, whatever it is. But then they sing little songs, too. It's one of these, not like other. You know, there's no reason to do it.
That was a little racist on
Well, yeah.
But she's crying and apologizing, Jackie.
Well?
She's begging Romney's forgiveness. He's going to be on Fox. That will be after this podcast has been recorded. I'm sorry, we cannot hold the podcast to watch that amazing hour of television of Mitt Romney talking to Fox. It's going to be the story of the week. Whatever he's got to say, it's probably going to just set the world aflame.
Well, yeah.
We cannot. We thought about it, but we can't stop the presses. We got to do this today. Today's Saturday. You know, it's going to go up tomorrow night. We thought, should we wait for the Romney interview? Should we hold off? Maybe even put it up a little late just to see what Romney said. But, you know, we just, timetable-wise, it just doesn't fit for us.
Yeah, I ain't got time for that. No.
So Melissa HarrisPerry apologized. Everybody's apologizing. All that's happening now is apologizing.
Well, as there one, I don't know nothing about this, something you showed me. One comedian said something about Pearl Harbor, and then she's not going to apologize.
Well,
right?
it was really a joke about SpaghettiO. She's not apologizing.
She said she's not going to, and I just want to say thank you.
Yeah. Even people I don't like Melissa HarrisPerry, not apologizing, I kind of want her not to apologize.
Own up to your ignorance. If you're going to be ignorant, go on TV. Don't see. It's like it gets old. How many times you going to be ignorant? How many more times this woman going to apologize for people had enough? If you're going to be ignorant and want to stay on TV, Melissa Perry, just don't apologize and cry about it next week. Just be ignorant.
Bush never apologized to McCain for saying McCain, bringing up McCain's black baby.
He never did, no, sir. I mean, I've seen him shake hands plenty of times since then, but I wasn't over that.
I think apologizing.
It's just turned everything. Now, people do stuff that they should apologize for. I ain't saying that people don't do stuff that,
I say don't even apologize for the stuff you should apologize for.
I'm just saying at this point in the real world is one thing. I don't want anybody to ever apologize about anything on TV. Because don't act like you didn't know you was on TV.
Twitter. You shouldn't apologize for anything on Twitter because what is on Twitter doesn't matter anyway.
I don't know what it is, but just quit. I don't want to apologize on that. If you're on TV, don't apologize.
Twitter is just a game now, Jackie, where you say something and then somebody else parses it to see how racist you are.
Yeah, Melissa Perry, that's all it is.
Or homophobic, or signs of white privilege, or just dumbassery.
Yeah.
Like, everybody wants to, it could just be they think you're stupid. Like that girl that put up a joke about, Earth is... what year is it? 2014 years old. And she was joking. Everybody's like, you dumb bitch.
Hey,
you stupid slut.
Well, hey, I don't want to hear. I know that's what they probably talk like on there, but I don't.
And then so these guys are like, you dumb C word. And then she's like, I said C word.
I don't.
Instead for the kids.
All right,
because kids may be listening.
I don't know say where it is. I don't want to know either. I don't want to know.
I'll tell you.
Don't tell me nothing.
Jackie.
I don't want to know.
Let's see where it is.
Enough. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
That's what I see.
All right.
So all that you do on Twitter is you just jump on other, like, it's people writing things to get mad at other people for, and then people get mad, called that girl, she's dumb, and then people are like, well, you're sexist because you're calling her a bitch, and then like, well, that's white privilege, and when like, that's no, so white people can't say that's racist against white people. Like, in men, what about the little boys who have to learn how to be a man in this awful world? And like, well, what about rape culture? And then here comes, Steve Martin's racist. And then, well, what about Melissa HarrisPerry? What about Duck Dynasty? Like, even Duck Dynasty shouldn't apologize, and he's an idiot.
Anybody that talks about, if you're going up in front of people and talking about buttholes, you're an idiot. Unless you're a doctor at a convention or something.
That's true, but even then you shouldn't call them a butthole. If you're at a big conference, a prestigious John Hopkins, whatever, like, here's the big lecture on buttholes, nobody's going to go that.
That's true, yeah.
You want to go see Dr. Jonas Salk talk about buttholes? He wouldn't have done it. He would have called it something else.
You will save yourself a lot of trouble just by not standing up in front of people and saying butthole.
I remember watching this, what was that show about the teaching hospital, that TV show where they learn how to all be doctors?
That's Happy John.
Yeah. So they go, very first episode of that, he comes in on a blackboard, writes the word butthole, crosses it out. That word should not be in your vocabulary, doctors, he says.
That doctor wouldn't say that. If you went to the doctor and said, don't say something wrong with your butthole,
you get a lecture.
Yeah.
Like, doc, my butthole is like, whoa, let me stop you right there. In this office, we are adults.
Just don't say it where anybody else, there's really no reason to say it. I can't think unless you're 4 years old.
Even then, grow up.
Well,
like preaching.
But either way, if you're going to be ignorant And say butthole in front of people. Don't apologize for it.
You can say butthole if you want to. Don't apologize for it. I don't care what anybody does, because all we're doing now is trapping each other so that we'll get an apology out of them. No more apologizing, then we'll stop trapping each other, and people can just say the ignorant stuff they say, and you can sit at home and silently decide whether they're an asshole or not.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be this game on Twitter where mobs of people are getting satisfaction out of getting you to apologize and admit you're an asshole. We don't need this public mob mentality. We don't need some asshole on Twitter getting satisfaction because they called out another asshole. Let's eliminate the middleman. All these assholes on Twitter call out the other assholes. It should be you sitting at home saying what that guy said is sort of an asshole thing to say. I don't need Jim Bob idiot face butthole man with his 600 followers calling somebody out for being an asshole. You're kind of an asshole because you're on Twitter.
So I don't
tweeting
like to hear
at celebrities
either. That's another only reason to ever say butthole, is say that instead of what you just said.
Now, Melissa HarrisPerry, everybody can watch that clip and see that she's kind of being an asshole.
Yeah. Well,
we saw it.
Butthole.
She's being a butthole. So we already knew that she was kind of being a butthole. But now she's on TV crying about it.
And plus, I was a butthole.
And now it's like a victory. Then I see people saying, well, people say worse stuff about Obama and their kids. The left always apologizes, and the right never does. Sarah Palin never apologized for slavery. Let's stop apologizing, because we all know Sarah Palin probably shouldn't have said that about slavery. Well, we know Melissa HarrisPerry shouldn't have said that about the Romney grandkid. We all know it. Now somebody is claiming victory for something that they shouldn't feel victorious about. Everybody thinks they're Citizen Kane going to war with Spain because they got some retweets.
Just saying the obvious.
We know it. And other people are claiming victory for things we already knew was buttholes. That's what I don't like.
Yeah.
Not saying, so just don't apologize. Be a butthole. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We don't need other people jumping in.
Pouring it out, yeah.
I don't need to read the Jezebel comment section. Plantations are bad.
And I say this about Bill O'Reilly. Some people say this and this about him. He'd always ask somebody else. Every show, I don't know how many shows I've seen of his where he has someone come on his show, depending on what the subject matter is. He says, and so-and-so says this, so-and-so says this. Do you think I should apologize?
And they always say no.
Yeah.
I've never heard anybody tell Bill O'Reilly
I don't want it to be
apologize.
an issue where somebody tells you one way or the other. How much of Bill O'Reilly's show would you lose if he just quit apologizing, asking about apologies?
Right. If he didn't have to bring in a panel of experts to tell him how great he is, he could do a half-hour show.
Yeah. Just get to the heart of the matter is what I'm saying. But everybody telling him, you're just setting him up. Nobody apologize or ask anybody to apologize or anything else. If it's on TV or computers,
it should be against the law to apologize.
Yeah.
If somebody's a butthole, they get in trouble. They don't. People stop watching their shit. They unfollow them. Whatever happens to people as a punishment today, but there is no apology. That's not something you're going to get. They're either gone or you just stop following them on Twitter.
I wouldn't start following them on
that. Also is another. If we should outlaw apologizing, Twitter and MSNBC.
All right, all three of those, I ain't got use for any of them. Yeah, get rid of all that. Yeah.
Duck Dynasty, he did not apologize. They're all back on Duck Dynasty now.
Well, he's out there preaching. He's saying
now. They're saying he's telling people to marry 12, 13-year-olds.
That's old stuff. That's old preaching. I don't know if he still preaches that.
Is he a preacher?
I don't know what for sure.
Or is he just a rich guy who likes to preach?
Well, at the church sometime they'll invite some rich fella to come in and say how good his life is because of Jesus and this and that, which
Is that all he is?
I don't know.
Kind of
I ain't saying I know. Does he marry people? I don't know.
Right. Is he ordained somewhere? Does he have a church, or does he just like to
Well,
talk?
all these clips, pictures of him, he come down, he's standing there in the pulpit with the Bible in his hand. He looked like he preaching to me.
Well, if I could go into a church tomorrow morning, run in there real fast before anybody tackles me, and grab a Bible and stand in front of the pulpit.
Well, sure, yeah.
Then run back out real fast.
I don't think he'd going through all that
Runro,
trouble.
keep a car running for
All
me.
right, yeah, but I don't think he got any reason to do that. There are plenty of churches that would welcome him to come in.
Oh, yeah, especially now.
Well, yeah.
It's just like my daddy preaches a lot, when he's not drunk.
He did, yeah. He'd get
drunk weeks and preaching weeks.
Yeah.
And they never
he never
officially ran a
church would let him. Yeah.
He co-pastored a couple of churches, but kind of in the back rooms of like a supermarkets. They did one in the stock room of a Piggly Wiggly out in Fayetteville, and he did one. There was a Tullahoma appliance center, and what they did was they let him get all the boxes that the refrigerators and washing machines come in, and he built a little church out back by the dumpster.
Yeah.
And he would just take it down and slide it back behind the dumpster. It kind of folded up. He built all out boxes. He called it box church.
Well, box church, I'd rather him be preaching at box church than, the other.
But it was good because when he'd fall off the wagon in a few days, that's also where he could sleep. So he just unfold box church and just drink in there.
He didn't have no place to go. Yeah.
No, and then Sunday morning, few other weirdos he got to come to box church, they'd say, "We're here for church." He'd say, "Get out of here. I don't deserve to be in church. Leave me alone."
Yeah, you do. You sound just like your daddy. Yeah,
good.
You remember. Yeah.
So it just seems to me that when you start preaching and you're not an actual preacher, something's wrong with you in the head. Like you want attention. This man's on TV already. Why does he need to preach for?
Well, they pray on the show. He
prays. Be a Christian.
Does he do the praying? Is he talking when
I
they're
think
praying?
he's the one that forces him to pray.
That's, out of the group, when your buddies, when you pray like that, which, men don't pray like they used to.
I just think you could help people out spiritually, or you could do some when you got to stand up there and lecture people, it just seems like maybe you need a little too much attention.
Well, he's got plenty as it is, yeah. But he's
plenty.
trying to get the word out to people.
Sure.
And which I don't agree with how he's doing it, like saying what the butthole, that ain't no way to preach the gospel or say what the Lord believes. There's other words you can use. Just read it out the Bible. So he's using the job. You work with people who are Christian. They don't do it as much as they used to. But back in the day, you always had a Christian you went to work with or this, that would come up and they'd invite you to church, offer to buy you a Sprite, whatever, come on to church. This Sunday I'll buy you. Remember old Mr. Folks? Mr. Folks come in all the time. A little joke he did. I'll buy you a Sprite. You come to church this Sunday.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Folks.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of Sprites and never went to church. I hope that New Year's bird don't look into my soul.
Well, come to church. But, people ask you, but he comes in the store. I don't work with him.
The trick is you get him to buy you the Sprite before Sunday. I mean, like, all right, well, buy me that Sprite. I'll see you on Sunday. That's what I would do.
Well, he knows better than that now.
Well, now he's been burned a few times.
But I'm just saying, wherever he works, don't tell me he ain't telling his co-workers the same thing.
Is that legal under Obama?
It won't be for much longer. It's legal to go work high and all this in Colorado.
Yes, it is. Make that money, stay high.
But it ain't. You can't go in there and talk about what you did in church or invite somebody to go to church with you. Throw you out on your rear end. Now, he just had his job. His job happens to be on TV, which, again, is always a fishy situation as far as I'm concerned.
If your job is on TV?
Well,
what about weathermen?
Something, you're
Bill
on
Hall.
TV. I can read the weather. Bill Hall's a good man. Yes, sir. I'm not saying everybody. Bill Hall was one of the finest weathermen to ever live.
You're just saying if your job is to be on TV, you have to prove yourself to Jackie Broles that something ain't wrong.
Well, I ain't going to watch you otherwise. How many channels
That's
are
why
on? How
you
many
like-
channels are there on the TV these days?
Hundreds.
I can't. I lose. I don't know. I keep it on Animal Planet.
There's like 40 FXs. That's why you like animals, because you know their hearts are pure.
I know
Even
what,
if they're eating each other.
Animal ain't apologizing for one thing it's doing or trying to make
Animals
me out a
don't
racist.
apologize.
And animals ain't doing none of that mess.
Animals ain't racist either, except
And we're supposed to
some
be
dogs.
the smarter species. I wonder sometime. I wonder.
And me too. Animals are smart.
But we know for a fact we are. Oh, God put them animals on the world for us to enjoy.
Yeah.
But sometimes you got to give us a break and just watch. I got to let the idiots go. Watch an animal do something.
Animals don't preach.
No, sir.
That's what God put humans here for. To preach and apologize.
Well, there's real preachers, and there used to be a time you don't see it as much, but there's still praying channels on, the preacher on TV.
Yeah, one of them fellas died.
Recently, yeah. I can't keep up with all of them. Some of them charlatans end up getting in trouble, that. There's Billy Graham's boy. Now, Billy Graham was a good man as far as I can remember. That man didn't ever do nothing wrong as far as I can remember. And if he did, I don't know if he apologized or not.
A while back. I think he may have actually apologized. But that's okay. Billy Graham.
If he apologized,
if
he
Billy
succeeded.
Graham is going to screw up and do something wrong, then it's probably something he needs to apologize for. Because it's going to be out of the blue, a weird thing.
Yeah.
It ain't like a politician does something wrong.
That's constantly, yeah.
Yeah.
Billy Graham, something. That apology, I guarantee you, was sincere. I tell you right now. But his boy, I guess, he's a preacher now? His son is a preacher.
Can you just inherit being a preacher? Like
That's what I don't know, because he's on everywhere taking his daddy around, and bless his heart, I don't know what kind of shape old Billy Graham is. I mean, he's showing him a good time. He's there with Sarah Palin and taking pictures of them, so I know he's enjoying himself, but still,
it does look like he's trapped there. Like if he wasn't enjoying himself, he still has no escape. And Franklin Graham ain't going to let him get up.
I just don't know about Franklin Graham speaking on behalf of Billy Graham anymore. I just don't know if that's...
No.
I don't think it's... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't think... Is he a preacher? Can he do that? The preachers pass on the information to other preachers?
You mean like if your daddy's a preacher, are you just automatically in a preacher?
I don't know if he's a real preacher or not. I mean, there's people who act like preachers, and we don't know if they're really preachers or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And plus, even if you're Franklin Graham, let's say your daddy is like a great preacher, and like him and God are real tight, and they talk and laugh, and then you're kind of an idiot, and like God basically ignores you. That's got to make you feel terrible.
Well, yeah.
Like the father preacher don't pass down their powers of talking, their superpowers of God talking to their son necessarily.
I
It's
see
like
what you're saying, yeah.
mutants. Like, you could be a shape-shifting mutant X-Men, and then you have a kid, and he, like, catches on fire. So it's
something totally different. Yeah.
So, like, Billy Graham's mutant power is like, I talk to God, and I try not to judge people too often. I said a thing about Jews, but that was a mix-up. Now everything's cool. And then, like, Franklin Graham's mutant power is just being a butthole.
Mutant power? You talk comic book stuff, I don't know what all that stuff is.
So,
but
like,
you're just saying they're different. One's on fire, one's is.
Yeah, different.
All right.
Different, but one is like a good power, like talk to God, and God tells you, like, hey, let's be cool and just be nice.
Well, yeah.
And then, like, your son's power is just to make people mad when they look at your face. That's the difference. But, Jackie, 2014, though, we're going to end this on a good note.
I hope so.
Because so far it's been...
It's awful. Everything's awful.
Well, the pot, that's good. Freedom, money, staying high.
None of that's good.
Making that money.
No.
Then bad, Iraq lost Obama.
Yeah, terrible.
Give it back to Al-Qaeda. Apologizing, we don't like that. We don't like fake preachers. and probably not Franklin Graham.
Yeah.
But you're going to like this one, Jackie. You're going to dig this. There's a mayor, just when you're losing hope, finally on the podcast today, just when you're losing hope, North Texan mayor says he's had enough of years that are not the year of the Bible and has declared 2014, Jackie, the year of the Bible.
24, the year of the Bible.
Year of the Bible, Jackie. Texas, Flower Mound, Texas mayor.
Was it like an anniversary?
Of the Bible?
Year of, I don't know what you're saying. I don't
It's
understand.
the year of the Bible.
So it's an anniversary. Like
no,
Bible's
it's not
written.
the birthday of the Bible. The Bible
That's
was
its
written.
own- that's
What
its
were
own-
you about to say? The Bible is what? 2014 years old?
I don't know. Yeah, from the beginning. I mean, there were new parts added to the Bible, but the Old Testament.
No. That's
I'm
not
just
correct.
confused. I don't know.
There's no
what-
way you could work that out. Even the Creation Museum people wouldn't say, "Oh, it's the 6,000th year of the Bible." We don't know.
All right,
That's-
I didn't know what year of the Bible meant. Is
It
what
meant
I'm saying.
we're gonna live this year like the Bible matters again.
Well, that sounds all right. Yeah.
2014's all about the Bible. They're gonna live by biblical values.
Well, just here in this place in
In
Texas,
Flower Mound, Texas.
Flower
right.
Mound, Texas. Huh?
So that way, Obama knows exactly what buildings to set on fire. Right there in Flower Mound.
Well, that's a brave man. I say that right now.
He said he put it off for a long time. He said, "Oh, it's just been gnawing at me. I need to make this a year of the Bible." Now I'm mayor of Flower Mound, Texas, and 24. I put it off. He said he procrastinated. You know how that is. I put things off all the time. So I got
No, yeah, it'll be like now 2013, now 2014 year of the Bible.
yeah. I got to clean out the garage and buy light bulbs and make it the year of the Bible. What's on TV? But Jackie, he says he also wants to make 2015 the year of the Bible.
Right.
Which is a little confusing to me. Because if you know ahead of time 2015, he already said he procrastinates, so now he's saying, and also 2015 will be the year of the Bible. Well, people just ain't going to live 2014 as the year of the Bible, because I'll just keep fucking around.
Hey, watch
Sorry.
your mouth. But that does give you a reason to put it off, yeah.
Right, 'cause I'll catch up in 2015. I'll probably just make this the year of eating ice cream and smoking pot.
Well, if people have that option, that's what they're going to do. You need to decide.
So he shouldn't say what he should do.
You're lucky to get 1 year of the Bible this day and age.
Exactly.
And good for him for starting that. That's good. I hope everybody joins in. That'd be something else. But to just say
2014 and probably 2016.
Well,
it doesn't make any sense, really. I mean, what he should do
you know,
is
I would just say, let's hope that's the case. Let's just hope 2014 goes so well that the people demand that, don't just say it. Let the people demand, the Bible year went so well. Can we do another?
You say this is the only one, and then towards the end of it, you know what? We're going to
Then it's a
extend
surprise.
this sale.
Then it's like everybody's rejoicing.
Like
in
if
glory.
you messed up, it's December 31st, 2014. You're like, I did not do Year of the Bible right. And then he said, well, guess what? I got a New Year's Eve present for you.
I appreciate this man's effort. Good for him. That's a good mayor. But he didn't think he's through. It doesn't sound like.
Flower Mound Mayor Tom Hayden, which is not Tom Hagen, is the Godfather. In case you're confused, Tom Hagen is the Godfather.
Tom Hagen,
Hagen.
Who's this?
Robert
That's
Duvall.
Godfather.
Yes.
Marlon Brando.
Tom Hagen is Robert Duvall in Godfather.
Yeah. How old Marlon Brando's one cotton in his mouth, though.
He's the Godfather.
Yeah. That's
Robert
Tom,
Duvall is Tom Hagen.
He's somebody else in the movie.
The Godfather.
Yeah. I like Robert Duvall. He's good, yeah.
Dancing.
Yeah, always dancing, yeah.
That's all he does now is tango.
I like him in a good Western on TV. Nobody makes a good TV Western no more. They don't. He's the only one.
We should make this year the TV Western.
I'd like it after, if the Bible, year of the Bible, year of the TV Western. I don't see why those two, you couldn't have both those at the same time.
Well, I don't know why. He's already locked in 2014 and 2015.
I'm just saying that
he should have said, because he doesn't know what's going to come up. This year could be a great year for Year of the Bible, but like next year it could be like, oh, I really liked Lonesome Dove.
And next year could be like Colorado, year of the marijuana's drug.
Yeah.
Pitiful.
And high.
Well, that's the way this country's headed.
Making that money.
Pitiful.
So that's 2014 Year of the Bible. We're starting it off with a bang. Well, maybe we should do follow-ups every week and talk about how we lived Year of the Bible.
Yeah.
Is this guy a preacher or is he a mayor?
Well, if he's a mayor, can you be both? Some people.
Mayor and preacher?
Yeah.
Mayor, preacher. There's probably a lot of preachers that are mayors.
Mayor can marry somebody already, though, whether they preach or not, can't
Well, that's
they?
not the only reason you become a preacher is to
I
marry
know,
people.
or to be a mayor, for that matter. I'm just saying.
Can you divorce people if you're a mayor?
I think you got to, I guess, sign off on it. Somebody does, yeah. I need to go through the courthouse.
Can you arrest people as a mayor?
If you got backup, yeah.
But you can't arrest people as a preacher, thank God.
Well. Yeah.
So 2014 is the Year of the Bible. We got preacher mayor, preacher TV stars, preacher apologies. No preachers in Fallujah. Well, preachers, but not Christian God preachers.
Yeah.
Gotta watch what you say.
Be careful nowadays. You can be somebody.
I'm not apologizing.
I ain't either. I'm sure we said something on here in the past hour and a half, however long we've been talking, that a lot of people would say you need to apologize for this. I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna say it right now.
You can go back to 2005, watch all our stuff online, listen to about 60. What episode is this? 60?
I don't
60
know.
hours of podcast. You can find a lot of things that we would need to. I don't like it when somebody's like, he needs to apologize about something somebody said on Twitter, and I'm like, shit, we said worse than that last week.
Well, nobody cares what we say.
Well, that's a good point, too.
Nobody gives a damn.
So, celebrities, politicians, media figures, preachers, Duck Dynasty cast members, MSNBC
If you're on
pundits,
TV,
don't apologize. Live your life like you're us and nobody is listening. And that's the year of 2014.
and the Bible, too.
And the Bible.
Yeah.
What?
2014 year of the Bible.
And the year of living like nobody's listening. And
Except
the
for
year,
good Lord up above.
That's the only person you got to apologize to.
That's it. At the end of days, that's the only person you're gonna be.
And it really don't matter. I mean, my reading of the Bible is you can get up there and say you're sorry.
Well, he forgives you if you're sincere.
If you're still alive, but if you're dead and you apologize, he's not gonna forgive you. You missed your boat.
He did. Yeah.
You got to do it when you're alive.
Yeah.
You got to go, when the preacher gives the altar call, just like Billy Graham when he sings, "Just as I am."
He get tore up. Yeah, just thinking about
And
you not
all
making
them
it.
people, all them people coming down from the Civic Center in Indianapolis, Indiana, or Baltimore, Maryland, or wherever he was, and you send that card to Winnipeg, Manitoba if you were in Canada. Remember that, Jackie?
Yeah.
Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Yeah.
They'd all come down, and he's singing "Just as I Am," and they'd say, "I'm sorry, Billy Graham." And he said, No, not to me.
Yeah.
To Jesus.
To Jesus, yeah. And guess what? Jesus forgive you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Now, if they died on the way to Billy Graham, they'd be okay if they'd accepted Jesus in their heart, if they're Baptist.
Yeah.
But if you're something else where you got to go see a priest or whatever, I don't know.
I don't know how it
works.
Yeah.
Especially
now, yeah.
All I know is the Billy Graham way, and that ain't around anymore because he's nearly gone.
Bless your soul.
And his son is whatever that is.
Yeah.
But don't apologize, Franklin Graham.
No, sir. You just be what you are.
Keep running it into the ground.
Yeah.
Whatever your dad's legacy was.
Don't say you're sorry for it.
Kick it in the nuts. Making that money. Staying high. 2014.
All right. I don't want to hear nuts, high money. Enough of it. I don't want to hear nothing of that.
I think this was a good podcast for the first podcast of 2014.
Yeah, let's all hope. We can only hope the rest of them will be as good as his.
Maybe a little shorter.
Yeah.